Welcome to another episode of The Unexpected Detour. I'm your host, Frances Hammond, and here we say where in life detours are inevitable. I just wanted to come on here because, as usual, I always have something on my mind, a lot of things, but I wanted to give up on talking about breast cancer. Seriously. I found that talking about it was very depressing. And I guess I was suppressing all the things that I had inside about how I felt. So I wouldn't discuss it. I would not discuss it. But then eventually, after doing my podcast, I said, perhaps I need to discuss it. Perhaps this is my way of healing. Perhaps this is a way of bringing awareness to something that I just call breast cancer, not knowing that breast cancer consisted of a plethora of things. And yes, and then another thing caught me, curiosity. I actually sat here one day and I looked at my pathology report and I started dissecting the little pieces, things that I didn't understand, but I needed clarification as to exactly what it was, exactly the diagnosis, exactly what was going on, and that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to know what defined as a breast cancer 1, 2, 3, 4, where they have these types A, B, A and B, and being me, I was stage 2B, and I was this thing called triple positive. What the heck was triple positive? So I came to find out that triple positive meant I was estrogen, progesterone, and I had the human epidural growth. All three were positive. Was it a good thing? It was a good thing because it was treatable. Was it a bad thing? Yes, because after having a lumpectomy, I had to go through radiation. I had to go through chemo first and radiation and then more months of Herceptin. So, in other words, during the time that I'm doing this, I'm losing my hair, I'm in a lot of pain, but I kept fighting. I couldn't give up. And the more I fought, the more I looked at others who were worse off than me. Worse. Their diagnosis was worse than what mine was. And that was when I wanted to be proactive about breast cancer. I had to put all my feelings to the side, and I had to be blessed. I was blessed and fortunate that I did not have to endure what I have seen other women going through. And as I have talked about my journey, I encountered other women who became a part of my group called the Resilience of Black Women Confronting Breast Cancer, who talked about their journeys. And them being younger than me, and to see at a young age, 33, you're diagnosed with breast cancer. And then to find out that this BRCA gene exists, but you never knew. You never knew that this BRCA gene exists. So you find out, and then you feel bad. So then you have to go back to your family and tell them so they can get tested to see if anybody in that family line, father, mother, had the BRCA gene. But during that time of doing these podcasts, there was a young woman who really touched my life. And she is the reason why I got to keep going. She was 35 and diagnosed with breast cancer, stage 3. The next year, 36, stage 4. And as time went on, hers metastasized. But within that time, she was able to tell her story and her journey. Although I'm going to honestly say I don't agree with everything, that she was doing for herself, but I agree with the fact that she did not let the doctors just do anything to her. She was a fighter. She did not give up. She fought until the bitter end. So my thing is, for these young people out here who think it's okay to be drinking and smoking and you eat unhealthy, you gotta watch it. You have to do everything in moderation because it's funny. Things have a way of catching up with you and your health. Let's say they have a thing where they're called adolescents, young adult, and young adults who are now getting breast cancer. These are women. Could you imagine the age 15 to 39 being diagnosed with stage 4. Not stage 2, not stage 3, stage 4, and it metastasizes. What do these women do, or these young girls do? And I know I looked it up. They have to get tested for that BRCA gene, because that BRCA gene plays a big thing when it comes to breast cancer. But the only thing, you can't get the genetic testing unless it's in your family or when you're diagnosed. That's when they find out you have this gene, the BRCA gene. And I know it's spread from men to women, women to women, and it can even be spread to the sons. So there's nobody unscathed from the BRCA gene when it's hereditary. But then we smoke. Smoking has a lot to do with it. It can contribute to breast cancer. And the biggest thing, alcohol. Alcohol. What we thought was all fun and games, but then when you look up the continents of alcohol, alcohol has ethanol in it. Ethanol is a chemical. So what are we really doing to our bodies? What are we really doing? And then we love fast foods. Fast foods, we like to eat out, take out, all these good things. That is no good either for you. Fast foods make you gain weight. Gain weight builds up fat. Fat can contribute to breast cancer, or probably any kind of cancer, but we're going to focus on breast cancer because that's the only thing I'm familiar with, breast cancer. Now, I wish I could go back to my younger self when I thought smoking at 16 was so cool. Couldn't tell me nothing. I wish I could have gone back to the time when I was hanging out and I was drinking. I wish I could go back to the time when I was doing my, as my doctor calls it, recreational things, drugs. I wish all those things. So if you are young and if you think it's cool to do all those things, trust me, it's not. I'm not saying cancer doesn't affect healthy people, because it can, but they probably are less likely to get it because they take care of themselves. You understand? They're taking care of their bodies physically. Me, I hated gym going to high school. Gym was not for me. I couldn't do gym. No. I don't know what it was with me with gym. I wasn't a gym fanatic. So I wish I was, and I wish I was an exercising person, and that might have helped. So now here I am, 68 years old, and I am on this journey to lose weight because I want to live longer. I am in remission, and I want to keep it that way. I want to stay that way so that I can live longer. And I came on here because I wanted to encourage somebody who may not have gone through this yet, and I pray you never do. I pray you never do. But I wanted to get on here and tell you, take care of your body. It is important. It is your body, your temple. What you put in it, it will manifest in another way. So if you're doing things that you know can be harmful to your body, it will come out. It might not happen right away, but somewhere down the line, it's going to show up in some form of illness. And another thing, we have to stop manifesting our own illnesses. And the word that we always use is, oh, I probably got this and that. No, you don't probably have anything. Stop speaking it into your body. Stop speaking it into your mind. You don't have it. And that is what happened to me too. I had a conversation with a family member and they said, I would rather have cancer than have any other illness. And me, speaking it into the atmosphere, I agreed with that statement. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but after agreeing with the statement, months later, I find out that I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I couldn't understand, how could it be? Not me. Not me. No, not me. And I felt bad, and I felt like I cursed myself. Now, if this was God's intention, I don't think so. I don't know. It was just me being negligent of my body. And my mother always used to tell me when I was out there smoking and I was out there drinking, and she would always say, things you do come back to haunt you, and they will affect your body. And the lady wasn't lying. It affected my body. I remember I had hepatitis. Yes, hepatitis C. Who would have thought? I remember that day too. But that I'll tell another story. But this one is for breast cancer. For all of those dealing with breast cancer, or all of those who have not dealt with it, or who have family members who are dealing with it. If you're not the one that has it, please take care of yourself. If you're the one that's dealing with it, keep fighting. Don't give up and don't give in, because there is a rainbow at the end of the tunnel, and it's shining bright for you all to know that you can win. You are a survivor. You're not a worrier. You're a survivor, and you will overcome. I will be back next week with another episode of The Resilience of Black Women Confronting Breast Cancer. So stay tuned, and I will keep you posted. Have a good night.